new series Loki is coming soon to Disney Plus, and to help get you ready, I'm going to catch you up in just 30 seconds. My dad, Odin, says my brother Thor can be king. I'm jealous. Plus, he's not my real dad, so I get my real dad to kill Odin, but then I save him. Thor's mad anyway. I'll be fine. Cut to Earth. I steal the Tesseract from S.H.I.E.L.D., help the Chitauri invade Earth, and the Avengers stop them, and I go to jail until Thor needs me to help defeat the Dark Elves. Next thing you know, I'm king, but everyone thinks I'm Odin. Our sister Hela shows up. Cue another Thor-Loki team up. We beat her. Then Thanos shows up. We don't beat him, and I die. Thanos kills half the universe. The Avengers go back in time to stop him, giving an earlier version of me a chance to grab the Tesseract. Oh, hang on! Okay, that's better. Thanos gets defeated, and the next thing you know, I've got a job offer from some group that calls itself the TVA. And that's it. Find out what happens next by streaming Loki exclusively on Disney Plus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, only a week to go before we get the new Loki TV series. And if you're on YouTube, Reddit, or Discord in any way, shape, or form, you've likely seen that there's a lot of speculation of what the storyline could be for the upcoming Loki series, which you will be able to stream on Disney+. I don't want to raise any false expectations for those expectations not to be met. So, I'm going to break down what I consider relevant information for you to know before you go watch this TV series, and also highlight some of the things that I think you should be excited about from some leaked stuff behind the scenes of the production. This is Cinema Insider, and today we are talking about Loki. Let's first start with what Loki's up to and where he's at in the universe. Well, Loki's currently dead and up to nothing because, well, he's dead. You see, if you remember, Thanos killed Loki in front of Loki's brother, Thor, in Avengers Infinity War, which was unfortunate. However, in Avengers Endgame, when the Avengers went and traveled back in time to 2012, recalling to the first Avengers movie, the Avengers attempted to take the Tesseract from that 2012 Avengers movie and take it back to present day. However, in 2012, Loki managed to get the Tesseract and escape, creating multiple alternative timelines, in turn screwing up the timeline. So now because of that, Loki's actually still alive. But just to be clear here, the new Loki that we'll be seeing in the future Marvel movies and the Loki TV show is not the same Loki that died in Avengers Infinity War. That Loki's dead. The new Loki that we'll be seeing here on out is the Loki from the 2012 Avengers movie that tried destroying New York City. So this Loki doesn't have a good relationship with his brother and is kind of evil at the moment. And the new Loki that we have in the MCU actually doesn't remember any of the events that happened since 2012. So the new Loki we have now hasn't experienced any of the events in Thor Ragnarok or any of the Avengers since the original one in 2012. So once Loki disappeared with the Tesseract, that is where Loki, the TV show, starts. So now let's talk about what we know so far about those upcoming events. So again, Loki disappears with the Tesseract, and then he ends up falling into some random desert, which we see in the trailer for the new Loki TV series, which is a total callback to Iron Man 1 when he falls into the desert. Anyways, once Loki falls into a random desert, from there he's apprehended by the Time Police for what he just did, which was accidentally creating multiple timelines. Now, the people who apprehended Loki are called the TVA. They're the Time Police. And they're essentially time police that have tasked themselves with monitoring the timeline for deviations, specifically malicious delineations considered too dangerous to exist. So once we get into the TV series, we will learn a lot more about TVA. But as for the backstory of the TVA from the comics, what we know so far, basically the TVA exists outside of normal space-time, protected from any normal changes that happen in the MCU universe, which they monitor and police the whole MCU timeline to keep the past, present, and future from unfolding according to the Timekeeper's plans. Which sounds very sinister and arises the question, could they be the real villains here? We'll definitely be talking more about that as the Loki episodes come out, because the TVA Timekeepers are kind of coming off like they are the antagonists of this series, telling everybody the exact way their future is supposed to unfold, and they will arrest or delete you if you don't agree with it. So anytime anyone alters the timeline in a way they don't like, or creates branched timelines like Loki did, alternate realities, etc., that's when they arrest people. Also, I know there are a lot of questions as to why didn't the Avengers get arrested when they went back in time to take all the Infinity Stones? Why didn't the TVA arrest them or Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet if he was erasing half of all life? Well, this part is speculation, but perhaps the reason for that is mostly because Thanos or the Avengers didn't create branched timelines. They were very specific when altering with time, so maybe that'll be addressed in the show, maybe it won't, but that's the speculation. Also, on another note, Loki's been confirmed for season 2 already, so speculation is that this season will will likely be revolved heavily around Loki and the TVA fixing all the alternate timelines that Loki created, and then season 2 being more of a deep dive into the TVA, because there's a lot on the TVA that need to be covered that probably they won't go into this season, especially with what I mentioned earlier about them possibly taking more of an antagonist role if Loki goes rogue at the end. Now a bit on the show itself and who's behind the show. The head writer for this is Michael Waldron, which is worth mentioning because he got started with Dan Harmon in Creative TV and was a part of the production staff on Community, Harmon Quest, and Rick and Morty, which is great news because that means he's good at writing action, comedy, and drama, and he should do a great job with the series. So yeah, whatever Disney saw, they really liked because they also signed him as the writer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm pretty excited for that. Okay, so that's all the basics that I think you need to know before watching this new Loki TV series, which again will be streaming on Disney Plus in about a week from now. And make sure you guys subscribe and turn on notifications because we'll be doing a breakdown and ending explained video for every episode that comes out, as well as a trailer breakdown on the new Spider-Man trailer that should be releasing in the next week or so. And I know we're all super excited for that to come out. And as always, guys, we would really appreciate it so much if you helped us jumpstart this relatively new YouTube channel by hitting that subscribe button and keeping up with our future videos to come. We release videos every week. And on that note, guys, I will see you in the next one.